Hello. I suppose you were expecting a story, but I'm not in the mood for it. You see, something's been on my mind recently. Love. After many years of thinking on this topic, I can safely say that love doesn't exist. Before you throw something at me, though. Come on! I told you not to! Ugh. Let me clarify myself. Many of you will probably disagree with me, because many of you have felt it, and some of you strongly. But all of you will most probably agree that at some point or another you were confused about it. You didn't know what love was until someone special, or several someones, entered your life. But how do you know that what you feel is love, when the word has such an ambiguous definition? A possible answer is that love is merely a creation of our mind, a search for the emotion that we see being expressed in movies and our favorite books. But I'm not sure of the legitimacy of such an idea. Because I too have felt love, and it is as real as any other emotion my body has experienced, and therefore cannot be a creation of my brain. Of course, that's not true. The mind is a fickle thing, creating many comfortable thoughts and feelings. I have learned not to trust everything my mind tells me and to double-check everything. But even from such a perspective, I cannot doubt the existence of love. It is real, and it exists. But it's not an emotion. It's a composite of emotions, a flurry of feelings all jumbled up into one huge giant known as love. It is the definition of confusion, because in our search to simplify our emotions, we have categorized so many of them as part of love that we no longer sure what we truly mean or feel when we say, I love. There are several people in my life who I can safely say I love, without a second of a doubt, and I'm sure many of you feel the same. If they ever ask me if I love them or not, I will say yes, without giving it much thought. But what exactly am I saying yes to? Their definition of love may differ from mine, and what may ensue after my answer is a long discussion about just what I meant with that simplest of answers. I must admit that previous point is understandable, because I'm a bit special when it comes to ideas about love. But then that's a lie. I'm not special, I'm simply polyamorous. Literally, many loves. Or in English, I can love several people at once without feeling goddamn ashamed about it. And don't look at me like I'm weird, because you do it too. You love your parents and siblings at the same time as your significant other. And don't try to tell me that this is somehow different, because then I'd like to hear what that difference is. That you don't want to sleep with your parents and siblings? Right, but attraction, the physical desire to mate, is only one emotion that makes up love. People have already made this distinction, however. It's called platonic love. Even in this case, though, there is a distinction between your family and your partner. Even in platonic love, there exists an element that makes a connection different. I want to try to understand what this, or these, elements may be. Here I feel that the word color explains my point. What is color? It's a concept, a word describing the part of the electromagnetic spectrum that is visible to our eyes. It is broken up into several units, such as red, blue, or green. Mix them together and you get white. Remove them all, you get black. I feel it's the same with love. The love you feel for your parents differs from the love you feel towards your wife, or your lover, or your children, or your pet, or even your goddamn toaster. How then can we simply shove all of these emotions under one single word and call it quits? It's almost an argument from ignorance, where you aren't sure what it is you're feeling. Therefore, it must be love. It's a testimony to how much the human race hates to think. We would rather call all of these emotions one word, elevate it to a status of transcendent, and call it even. I'm not asking to abolish this word, no. As it is now, it carries way too much emotional baggage with it, and cannot simply be erased from our language, and it shouldn't be. What I'm asking you to do is to think about the meaning of the word, what you really want to say when you utter the words, I love you. Be honest with yourself and the people who are close to you. I think they deserve nothing less. Pumpkin? Pumpkin? I want pumpkin! That's it! We're done.